Tricia Ward, and I'd like to welcome everybody to this year's summit. We've had this for a number of years, and I'm so happy that we have great food. We have great food in the Bluebonnets, even though outside you couldn't tell that it's a Bluebonnet day. It's going to be a Bluebonnet day in here. Amen. So if you want to go ahead, is the food ready? Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you guys for being here. My name is Kalita Strickland. I am the chair of the committee this year. So thank you so much for being here. We got a good turnout, and we're going to have serve lunch in just a minute, but we want to start with prayer, and Brenda Sanders-Wise is going to bring us a word of prayer.
Thank you. Bow our heads, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health we need to fulfill our callings, for sustenance, and for our friendship. I pray for our city leaders, like our mayor, for the various levels of city officials, and in particular, for this assembled commission. I am asking that you would graciously grant them wisdom to govern amid the conflicting interests and issues of our times, the ability to work together in harmony, even when there is honest disagreement. Grant them personal peace in their lives and joy in their tasks. I pray for the agenda that's set before us today. Please give assurance of what will please you and what will benefit those who live and work in and around Tarrant County. It is in your most blessed name, in the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Amen. So we're going to go ahead and serve lunch, but we would like our reserve table here, where Don's taking the picture, to go first, and then everyone else can follow behind them. Thank you.
We have chicken and then you get a piece of chicken on top of that. Then we have vegetarian, no meat, pasta.
What's the one in the middle?
That's chicken.
So I'm sorry, Miss.
This is chicken. Chicken.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue with our program. Again, thank you for being here. And before we bring up our speaker, I wanted to draw your attention to the back page, not the very back page, of the program. I want to ask, how many people, is this your first summit? Your first summit? Oh, wow, lots of folks. Wonderful. Wanted to make you aware, if you would read your program, to let you know the types of programs that the commission is charged with and what our function is within Tarrant County is to conduct programs for the preservation of the historical heritage of our county. And we also join with other organizations throughout Texas, and we are part of the Texas Historical Commission, which is located in Austin. And our major programs are the 1895 room, which is in the courthouse downtown. And we also are responsible for, if you have a facility or a space that you would like to have a historical marker, we are the commission that you apply to for those. And we also work with and mark and make sure that we keep track of all of the historic cemeteries within Tarrant County. And then last but not least is our Summit Awards, which we do every October. So put it on your calendar and come back next year for a wonderful speaker, a great lunch, and to see who our award winners are. We've got the website listed there if you want to visit our website and learn more about who we are and what we do. Please feel free to check us out. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our speaker, Mr. Ray Ritchie, who is the founder of the Texas Civil War Museum. And if you have not had an opportunity to visit, it's a wonderful facility located in far west Fort Worth, on the west loop of 820. You can read his bio, but just to let you know, it's a 501c3 organization that was founded in 2006. And Mr. Ritchie comes with a nice bio of being one of the few people in Texas that has been awarded recognition from the Daughters of the American Revolution, their National Medal of Honor. And the only other folks to receive that were Lady Bird Johnson and General Tommy Franks. His topic for today is why preserving our Civil War history matters. And some people might think, there's a lot of controversy surrounding that. But Mr. Ritchie is going to help us understand why all history is important. Mr. Ritchie?
South 40.
Well, the camera people have to make sure you're still focused. That's a good spot right there.
Well, as some of you know, I am very big into preservation. So this organization, the fact that can you hear me all right back there?
Yes.
The fact that this organization is here and you are here, that means to me that you are doing your part. And my goodness, there's so much to do, and we've come a long way, but we've got a long way to go. So I want to commend you for all your effort and thoughts and everything about preservation. You know, you have, I guess, the largest preservation organization is the federal government. They have a lot to take care of. And they do a pretty good job overall. I know, of course, everybody not perfect, but overall they do a good job. If you come down to the state level, the state is, I don't know. On kind of a sad note, I guess this past September, last month, the National Museum of Brazil had a massive fire on the inside of their museum. And the heritage, from what I have read, the heritage of Brazil has been lost. It is, I just can't believe it. The building was a 200-year-old building. It's just beautiful. I love the way it looked, but they had neglected the maintenance cost and a lot of the things that the building needed to be updated. The government decided they were not going to fund that for one reason or another. And as far as Museum 101 is concerned, you need a fire suppression system in your museum. So they've got a big hole in their hearts down there, and I really feel for them. And that would be like us losing the Museum of American History up in the Smithsonian and all the storages that go with it. But they estimated that they had lost somewhere around 20 million objects. And it's just a tragedy. But there's a lot of organizations here in the United States that are working toward preservation, and that is just a great thing. So I'm in that same situation. You know, you have the feds that take care of the big things, and the state that takes care of kind of big things. Of course, one of the best things the state did was, in my opinion, was to build the Bullet Museum. I really enjoy that, and they did a good job down there. But there's one thing that I'm not exactly sure how to approach them, and that is whoever owns the battleship Texas, that thing is going to fall over and capsize if we don't do something. It's springing leaks almost every week, and they have to keep pumping it almost 24 hours a day and keep the water out of the bottom of the hull. And that is part of our history and our heritage, not only for Texas, but for the United States. It was used in World War I and World War II. And it may cost a lot of money. It needs to be dry docked and done right, I think. But Texas has the money. They have lots of money. But they just need to spend 15 or 20 million to do that project. So I'll get off my high horse on the state of Texas, but you come down to the museum level, and that's where most of your smaller items are cared for. Now, smaller items, you know, like art, with respect to the Civil War Museum, we have lots of things to take care of. And we have small things like photographs. Photographs are very sensitive to light. And we have paper. You can't hardly exhibit paper because it's so light sensitive that in a matter of months, you know, your document or whatever is very damaged, even by the low level light. And we deal with wood, we deal with metal, and we deal with textiles. Textiles are a difficult thing sometimes because you have to use professional services with respect to flags and the support of the uniforms enough to where they can go on exhibit. So you need to be careful how you display these things. You need to have a good environment, and you need to have adequate light levels, and just the basic things in this area is really all you need. What we have at the museum, of course, we have an air conditioning and heating system, just a regular one like anybody else has. But to try to keep our humidity levels in the right range, we do have humidifiers. And those are used primarily during the winter months. When the weather gets cold, those heaters will dry out that air. Your relative humidity will drop sometimes down to 15–20%, which is too dry. You also have the temperature situation to where if you go below 70, you're going to, on your leather items and some metal, you're gonna get mold growing on them. And if you get over 74, then your metal, unless it's coated with a coat of crystalline wax or something like that, which we don't do unless we have to. The hotter temperatures will be susceptible to rust over a long period of time. So, you know, there's only a 4-degree humidity range, temperature range that we try to work in. And it's not very difficult. But the proper storage is a big factor, because you want to store your objects in the right temperature, the right humidity, and you want to protect them from light. We usually store everything that we have in acid-free boxes. And we have a storeroom with lots and lots of shelves. And our collection has been indexed and where we can find things when we want to. So it's a lot more than what I thought before I built this museum. And wow. But you know, it's a labor of love. I've enjoyed it. I've had a great time collecting, and it has given me I guess another purpose other than my profession, which is an oil and gas producer. So I've had a good distraction from that over the years. I'm trying to retire from that. I will spend much more time over at the museum. So it's just been a wonderful thing, and I just fell in love with these artifacts, and I've had fun collecting them and storing them, and now even showing them. But I guess as far as Civil War history, I'm not sure if we will ever get over it. It's with us every day, especially nowadays when we have the controversies with the monuments. And so often I've sat in my storage room working on artifacts and things to put on exhibit, and I wonder, how did we get to this point where we hated each other so much that we would form armies and organize government to try to kill each other? And I've never figured that out. You know, that you have reasons for the war, and those are mostly known and argued about even today. But you know, it just needs to be totally inclusive of all of the citizens of our country, because there's enough historic preservation and things that need to be preserved for everyone. And if we don't do that, then we're losing our heritage. So you people are doing great work, and everyone that is in organizations like yours, you know, the small historical societies, all of those have a grand purpose in my view. So the museum is a 501c3 corporation, and my wife collects Victorian dresses that we have about 40 of them on display there. And her collection contains about 300. So, you know, we do a lot of rotating, especially on the textiles. So, the collections will be given, or slated to be given, to the museum at my death and at her death, along with an endowment fund to keep the museum operating, hopefully for a long, long time. So I'm in the process of trying to accomplish that, and keeping the collection in the public where we can see those things that, in my opinion, are our national treasures. And Brazil don't have hardly any more national treasures. It's one thing to look at them in a photograph. It's another thing to go see them in person. The effect is much different. So any preservation project, in my view, is a good project. And I'm happy to have just a very small part in that process. And it makes me feel good to know that our collection is going to be probably in better condition than it was when we acquired it. So the long term, we have to have the long-term view. And we need to use these things, these places and these objects, to help teach about what happened in the past. And I would say the American history is just a great history. I would say that everything good about this country is because of our military history and the providence of God, in my opinion. But we have a rich heritage to be proud of. Now, some of it kind of a little bit difficult getting there, but it has worked out for the good. And I'm very proud to just be a small part of that. Now, Tarrant County, I'm not exactly sure, is the city of Fort Worth. They had two markers located at the Van Zant Cottage. A marker that honored Major K.M. Van Zant, which is one of the major benefactors that the city of Fort Worth had. And in fact, he was known as Mr. Fort Worth for all the things he did for the community. And then the other marker was dedicated to General Mabry, who was currently in the American Civil War. And Van Zant was a major in the American Civil War. Well, the city was redoing this road in front of the Van Zant Cottage, so they're really doing it good. If anybody been over there, I mean, they dug the whole thing up. And those two markers were given to our museum. And they have been set and cleaned and professionally painted as far as the engraving goes on the monuments where you can readily read them. So they're relocated to the Civil War Museum out in the front yard next to our UBC monument. So I know I'm going to get a question about that, or monuments in general, but I'm going to take some time to answer some questions that you may have. One other thing, if you have any questions about how we conserve our objects or how we put them on exhibit, if you would just call the Civil War Museum, just go to TexasCivilWarMuseum.com and call me, and I would be happy to meet with you and show you how we do specific objects. And we can help you with your conservation supplies and everything. So we are open to you for questions, and we would like for you to come to the museum if you haven't been there. If anyone has any questions, raise your hand.
Now, you mentioned that you now show some of the pieces. Does that mean you take them outside of the museum?
No.
You said you display them?
No, no, it's all inside in our display cases. Absolutely.
Do you have any bonnets?
We have lots of bonnets. And we have several of them on exhibit, dresses. But yeah, we have lots of bonnets. We have one bonnet, or actually, I don't know what you call it, a bonnet or maybe a hat, that was worn by Scarlett in the movie Gone with the Wind, when she made a dress and a hat out of the draperies in her plantation. So we have the hat. And University of Texas in Austin owns the dress, which is the green one with the kind of greenish, lime green fringe on it. So that was pretty cool. But you have, if you don't know, the hat was decorated with chicken feet, 2 of them. And if you don't put 2 and 2 together, the chicken feet was the feet from that chicken that Scarlett or Mammy or somebody was chasing around the courtyard to try to get a meal when they had lost everything, didn't have any food. So, but you really can't see that in the movie, and they don't expound upon it. But that's what it was for. So when you see it, you see a chicken foot out the front, a chicken foot out in the back, and you'll know how that fits in with the overall scene. But yeah, we have lots of bonnets and hats. And, the bonnets, you know, in the Civil War, they became known as what they call spoon bonnets, because they have a kind of the shape of a spoon and then ties down the bottom of it to keep it on the head. And then as the Victorian period came advanced, the spoon bonnets gave way to basically hats. And they still had some bonnets, but most of them were hats. And Victorian bustle dresses, you know, they mostly accompanied the hats that the women wore with lots of hat pins to hold it in place. But the Victorian fashion is very interesting, very interesting. I really like it. I think it's fantastic. The women look fantastic, and but a big part of their day was you know, dressing and visiting with their friends and that type of thing. So they didn't have all the gadgets and big things to do like we do today. So the dressing and what you had, what you wore, in a lot of ways, represented the social level that you were at. So everyone tried to at least have one or a few dresses that were what we would call reception gowns, which were very fancy. So that's an interesting study. And I don't know where you could see another display of Victorian dresses, except if you go to the Met up in New York or something like that. But we've had a lot of fun collecting those, and my wife wants to, you know, to keep those on exhibit as well. So that's what we plan on. Yes, ma'am.
I'd just like to say I've been to your museum and it's fabulous. You know, the dresses are fabulous and everything. And I really enjoyed the day I was there. It was on a Saturday, and you had some period music, live period music, and that added so much to the experience to be looking at these and the fact your fabulous collection and seeing and hearing music at the same time. But I wanted to ask you, what do you have that derives from Tarrant County? Do you have,
I don't
besides the
have
markers?
much. I don't have much. But I do have a very important object on exhibit. And it's the, excuse me, it's the frock coat of General Richard M. Genealogy. It's on exhibit at the museum. I was able to purchase it about a year, maybe 2 years ago. He was a piece of work. He was a very large landowner. His ranch, had a touch of bronchitis. His ranch is under DFW Airport. And he was a very prominent citizen. He actually lived in I don't think he lived in Tarrant County, but he owned a lot of land in Tarrant County. And his great-grandfather was in the Continental Army. And
Thank you,
actually baptized George Washington in the Potomac River. His grandson was a man named Howard Hughes. So, and he was very wealthy after the war. He became very wealthy, an owner of tens of thousands of ranch land. And he was a Baptist minister by trade. So he's a very famous citizen of this area. And we have his Confederate general's frock coat in the museum, in the cavalry section. So,
how did you come to build your own museum? I mean, what motivated you, inspired you, drove you to do that as opposed to putting your collection somewhere else?
of course, I'm a native Texan, and after I got into the oil business, I went on a historical trip to Washington, and I decided that I liked the historical things. I was raised in Wichita Falls, and they didn't have a place where we could go and see a lot of the history of our country. So I decided that those things were pretty cool and enjoyed looking at them. I'm sorry. I'll make it. But after we took a trip to Washington, we got interested in antiques. And by accident, I found a fellow that dealt in Civil War relics. And I didn't know you could own relics like that, because I thought they were all in museums. When I discovered that there was a large private collection fraternity, I couldn't believe it. I mean, this stuff was so cool. And so I just kind of went crazy and started building the collection over 30 years ago. And it hadn't stopped yet. Now, it slowed down quite a bit, but it hadn't stopped yet. And we have really enjoyed it. Now, the main problem was that my wife wouldn't let me stock our house with artifacts. And real manner of that. That's not really. And so I built an outbuilding next to our house on our property. Actually, I built two, filled them up with artifacts. Then she started collecting dresses. And about that time, the Texas Division, United Daughters of the Confederacy, they left Hill College, went back into storage, and their collection became available. And I was out of storage room. I didn't know what I was going to do. And so we just kind of decided to partner together and make this museum project a reality. So that's kind of how it all got started. And of course, I'm out of storage again in the museum. Her storage room is full. So we're just habitual collectors. I don't know how else to put it. So.
We want to thank you very, very much. Are there any more questions? Well, thank you very, very much. Museum, maybe you can add to that story.
Sure. Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We're here to come visit.
Yeah, please come. Please come. Absolutely.
Before Carlita comes up and we head into the awards portion of this, I'd like to recognize Susie Jerry, who is here today. We all know the name, and more active. Welcome back to Tarrant County. Thank you for joining us.
I have a meeting at the museum.
Yeah.
So I need to go ahead and go. But I enjoyed being here very much.
And I had an opportunity to visit the museum as well through a program with well, they call Visit Fort Worth now. It used to be the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Everybody's going through a name change right now. But they did a fam trip, is what they call it. And I had been there for a while, but I didn't even know that it was there. How many of you knew that there was a Texas Civil War Museum here? Okay, quite a few. How many of you visited it? You let me know. But if you get an opportunity, please do. And thank you again, Mr. Ritchie. We want to go ahead and recognize the man of the hour. And Ms. Jerry was introduced because she is the descendant of Mr. William E. Jerry, Jr., for whom this award is named. And it recognizes an individual's exceptional efforts in preserving or collecting the history of Fort Worth and Tarrant County. And nobody, bar none, does that as well as our honoree, Mr. Dalton P. Hoffman, Jr. He's a collector extraordinaire, you can read his bio, of local treasures. And more importantly, he volunteers countless hours at our archives, Tarrant County Archives, which is located in the building right behind the library, on Taylor. And he's volunteered over, 3,500 hours working with our archivist, Ms. Dawn Youngblood, because that's also a part of where we're located, is in that same building. And for those of you who may or may not know, you can go down there and do lots of research, because they've got a storehouse of items and papers, and I'm going to let Dawn tell you about that in just a second. But I found out today as well that it kind of runs in the family. And his brother also, he said he's not on Dalton's level. But he's actually leaving today to present a piece of history in Houston to a museum there. So we want to bring Dalton up and thank him for his many, many years of service and his countless hours and the collection that he shared with us, as well as the collection that he still keeps at home. So, Dalton? We want to present you with the 2018 William E. Jerry Jr. Memorial Award for outstanding contributions to the documentation of Tarrant County history, and thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you very much. Members of the commission. Thank you, members of the commission. This is a great honor, obviously, and I'm so happy that you found fit to recognize me. I would rather, of course, just go ahead and do my work and everything that can be done, but I'm still collecting, just like Mr. Ritchie said. But nevertheless, I'm always available to help anyone that has a project going on. If I have any resources that might be helpful, please do not hesitate to contact me, or I can be reached almost every Wednesday at the Tarrant County Archives. So, thank you very much.
Amen.
So speaking of the archives, Dawn, if you could come up and share just a little bit with us about what the collection is that is there, so that people know what the resources are within Tarrant County.
Thanks, Kalita. I did want to just say a few more words about just about Dalton. The Jerry Award was founded under Quentin McGowan when he was chair of the Historical Commission, and named it after Miss Jerry there. So he had this to say about Dalton, and I'm sorry he couldn't be here today. Dalton receiving the Jerry Award is long overdue and most assuredly deserved. When I created the Jerry Award, it was to recognize historians and collectors whose generosity with their knowledge and collections support the deeply collaborative local history communities. I can't think of anyone who better embodies the spirit of the award than Dalton.
Here, here.
So, as far as, I didn't know us me talking about the archives, but we do have a fabulous Tarrant County Archives. I think that we have the best archives, county archives in the state of Texas. Absolutely, no doubt about it. We're always getting a lot of new fabulous stuff. Just check out our webpage and it'll give you a very, very good idea. Please give us a call if you're not finding what you're looking for. We have thousands and thousands of subject and biographical files, and Dalton does a lot of work on those subject and biographical files. So also Dalton has a fabulous World War I exhibit up now. It'll be up through the end of the year. So please come in on a Wednesday and get that tour. Dalton does a fabulous tour. I'd also like to recognize the other people at the table here today. Rhonda and Curtis. Curtis is Dalton's brother. Scott. And it was the original map of Houston that he is donating to the museum in Houston. It's fabulous, fabulous find that he found in a closet. And so, yeah. So he's flying out in just a minute here. So Scott Barker, one of our fabulous collectors, and I noticed he is not on the list of people who've gotten an award, so I think certainly deserves one as well. Lynn Spalding, part-time assistant archivist in the archives. Peggy and all of us in the archives are very grateful for the recognition.
Here, here.
And I'm just going to take a quick privilege as chair to thank someone who has been there for me. I called her at the last minute and she just steps up to the plate. And she is a historian herself. And that's Brenda Wise, Sanders Wise. And thank her for all that she does for me and for our campaign. And she's part of, y'all's name is so long, Brenda.
Brenda Sanders Wise.
No, the Fort Worth, Tarrant County
Black Historical
Genealogical Society.
as well as the Garden of Eden Neighborhood Association.
And now we will have closing remarks from our summit, commission chair, Patricia Ward. Thank you, Dawn.
You've done a wonderful job. It's been a great summit today, and I'm glad everybody was able to make it up. I'm glad the sun came out for us. And congratulations to Archives. My closing remarks are very short and very sweet. Thank you very much for coming. Brenda, we've known each other way, way too long. So do some more cookbooks. But thank you all for coming, and I'm going to ask Kalita to come back up here and adjourn us.
So one of the things that we did not do before we adjourn is recognize our commission members. So if you would please stand. We've got Joe Pearl over here.
She's got a conflict down at the courthouse.
And I want to thank Mr. Rick Seltzer for bringing us our speaker today. Rick. And hopefully you enjoyed the food. There's still some more in the back if you would like to have dinner tonight. So again, thank you all so much for being here. We look forward to seeing you again next year. And what we're working to do is to bring our Fort Worth ISD into the summit so that we have more young people coming along behind us to carry on the traditions that we are working so hard for right now. And I'm glad to see we've got some young people over at the archives that if we can recognize them next year, because we do have an award for people under 50. We've been having a hard time finding those people. So again, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you next year.